God's system runs everything on this earth. When you finally realize that, then you will see the importance of reaping what you sow. The scriptures say, God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That's what's going on in your life. That's what's going on in every aspect of life that you see. That's what's going on all over this earth right now. Reaping what we sow. When you understand that, you have to think about this. Not only are you reaping from what you are physically doing, like treating people right, reaping being treated right, giving in church or giving to people, and you're reaping being given to because you are a giver. Not only are you reaping from that type of sowing, but there are actually places you can go that's going to cause you to reap from going to those places. Good or bad. There are certain stores that you can shop in. And because of the mentality of you shopping in those stores, you are going to reap from that. If you like shopping in certain downplayed stores, cheap stores, and you're shopping in there because you have that type of mindset, you are going to reap from shopping in that store. The same way if you hang around certain people. The people you hang around shows what type of mindset you have. And because you have that type of mindset, you are going to reap from hanging around those certain people. The same as going to a dead church. If you're going to a dead church, you are going to reap because of the church you're going to. You are going to reap because of the job that you're working on. All of these things cause you to reap because they are different forms of sowing. There's this one guy that I know, and he had a ringtone in his cell phone where when his phone rings, you would hear the intro music for the TV show Sanford and Son. And he was with me one day, and I heard his phone ring. And I heard Sanford and Son's music. And when he got off of the phone, I told him, you reap what you sow. So listening to Sanford and Son's music, having Sanford and Son's music as your ringtone, it causes you to reap. So I told this guy, I said, I guarantee you that in your life right now, there are things that you need to get better, and you seemingly can't get it better. I said, I guarantee you there are things that seem to be getting better or seems that they should be getting better, and every time you think they are getting better, or you think you're about to come out, or you think you're about to be on top, I bet you always fall back in the same situation. Something doesn't work out and you're back on the bottom. Something doesn't happen the way it looked like it was about to happen and you're back struggling. And he just laughed because I had it dead on. Now, how could I know that? because I grew up watching Sanford and Son. And on the show, Sanford and Son, they never could make it to the top. They never could stop struggling. They never could come out of their jacked up financial situation. So when you play that ringtone, when you watch that show, that spirit that was on those people in that show takes over your life, because you reap what you sow. So this guy changed his ringtone, and when I talked to him again, guess what happened? Blessings started pouring in. He was able to come up. Because you reap what you sow. He changed his ringtone from Sanford and Son to the song, Ooh Wee, Another Blessing. And he's reaping from his ringtone. What are you reaping from? Ask yourself that question. What are you reaping from? This is the reason we have to guard our hearts. You have to guard your heart. All of this stuff matters. All of this stuff governs the life that you live. And a lot of people never recognize what's really going on in their life. A lot of people struggle, don't know why they can't come out of the struggle. They don't recognize what's really happening. The reason people don't guard their hearts is because they don't realize that everything that happens in your life is causing a reaction. It's causing you to reap. Everything is important. You have to be able to look at your life and see what's really going on. See, you like that television show so much, you just hooked on it. But you're reaping from that. You don't realize you're reaping from that. The shows that we grew up watching as children, the cartoons that we grew up watching, that's where the mindset you got today, that's where it came from. And look at the television shows that they drilled us with growing up. We watched shows like Sanford and Son, where they struggled and never could come up. We watched shows like the Jeffersons, where he had his own business and the business struggled and he never could come up. We watched shows like Good Times, where all they did was struggle and never could come up. And then you wonder, why is it that we grow up Why is it that we grow up and struggle and never can come up? All of the shows you watched, all of the music you listened to, all of the dead churches that you attended, all of this stuff is in you. All of this stuff is making you reap because you have not realized what's really going on. You reap what you sow. That's why I live the way I live. I got God's system now. I know the truth now. I recognize what's really going on now. Look at your life. Check it out. Guard your heart. Sow good, and you will reap good. That's God's system of sowing and reaping.